Hello everyone, this is TheBrady25 coming at you with another update, and a special announcement. As some of you may know, I have finally reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm going to give everyone a special treat. Because in this video, I'm going to be showing you a behind the scenes of TheBrady25 Films. Also, an honorable mention and thank you to other great stop-motionists that I have met up with over the years. Also, an update on new videos. Let's begin with behind the scenes. I'm going to show you everything I use and how I do the stop motions. Also the software I use. So as a lot of you may know, I do a lot of my scenes with green screen, all while on this desk. Sort of a small desk, but it doesn't really matter since I use smaller action figures. I also use two lamps that aren't really movie material, but they work like a charm. I have two small crates loaded with Star Wars action figures. One contains your typical Star Wars action figures like Jedi, Sith Lords, Bounty Hunters, Rebels, kind of that sort of stuff. While the other one contains all the Clone Troopers and Stormtroopers just because of how much I've collected over the years. I also got quite a few Star Wars vehicles. Not a whole lot, but probably enough to make a whole Clone Wars battle if I wanted to. Also have a small drawer of Marvel action figures, which I know is starting to grow since I'm really starting to get more into the Marvel universe. Which means you'll probably be seeing a lot more stop motions with these guys. Now let's move on to the stop motion itself. I know that there have been a lot of you that have been asking what my technique is for stop motion. The way I do it is that I like to take tons of pictures. Even if it's just a few actions, I still like to take the extra pictures just to make the movement just seem a lot more smoother when I put it all together. It may seem like a long and take up too much of your time process, but it's all worth it in the end for me. I use a regular Lumix camera, which probably isn't the best quality for picture taking, but I still think it works great. Plus I also have a typical tripod that I use, because if there's one thing I hate, it's unsteady pictures, so I definitely recommend people use a tripod. I use iMovie for all your typical clip editing and green screening. Basically all the easy stuff. And I use Saber effects for all the special effects with like the lightsabers, the lightning, the explosions, and etc. And I use Final Cut Pro X for all the advanced editing, which you've probably noticed in the Spider-Man film not too long ago. Now, for the honorable mention to other great stop-motionists. These are people that I've become good friends with or have at least given me good inspiration for doing stop motion. Matt Matthew. This is the guy that got me more involved in the Star Wars stop-motion community. I would have never gotten very far without his help. He's a talented director, writer, and producer in his stop-motions. He's made a couple feature-length films and a few stop-motion series. He's had me voice a few characters in his series and films, and probably more to come. Also, I really enjoy the way he makes his backgrounds and props and extras that he puts into his films. If you're someone into story plots but also good stop motion, I highly recommend you check this guy out. His stop motions are phenomenal. Chad Dixon. This guy does not get enough credit for his work. I'm blown away by how he can pull off so many of these scenes in his episodes. The special effects and visual effects are just so amazing. It would have to take some serious dedication and know-how to pull off all of these episodes. Whether this is a story made up by someone else or his own original idea, it's amazing. I also had the chance of voicing some of his characters in his episodes. And I also had the chance of having him voice in some of my stop motions as well. If you haven't seen any of his stop motions, I strongly recommend that you check him out, because this guy honestly does not get enough credit for his work. It is awesome. The one and only Jedi Master Ronin. This is the guy that makes Rodians look totally much cooler than you think Rodians are. Unless of course you're a big fan of Rodians as he is. But anyways, he's an excellent director, writer, and producer in his films. Also a very good voice actor, I might add. Has a very unique technique for stop motion, also for the mouth movements in some of the scenes. I really enjoy seeing some of his films, just because with all the different plot twists and sort of the darker and more mysterious dialogues as well. Puts a lot of time and effort into his characters, but also into a lot of his backgrounds and props. Whether you're a big fan of Rodians or not, you've got to check out his films, because I guarantee you, that when you watch his films, you will not look at Rhodians the same way you used to. Josh Collins. This guy puts a lot of time and effort into his characters. Whether it's a protagonist or an antagonist, there's always an excellent story plot for all of his characters. An awesome director, producer, and story writer. I love the collaboration that him and Jedi Master Ronin did not too long ago. Such an epic film. He uses a lot of different techniques in his stop motion, which is really awesome. You just have to see his stop motions. They're just loaded with different story plots and twists, and you will definitely connect well with the characters that he has in his films, as I did. Rodrigo Baptista. I gotta tell you, he's an amazing voice actor. He has voiced countless characters in Matt's stop-motion films, and he pulls it off so well. He's also helped Matt write and produce some of his stop-motions, and has also voiced a few characters in my Spider-Man film. He puts a lot of time and effort into his voice acting. It's like he puts his heart and soul into the characters you have him play as. You want a good voice actor? This is the guy. He's just so awesome at it. Rocky Lane. If you're a guy who's a big fan of clone troopers, but don't always want those random battles with battle droids all the time, this is the guy you need to check out. He puts a lot of time and effort into his story plots, but also into his clone trooper characters. The technique he uses for all of his stop motions are really cool, especially for all of his battle scenes, no duh. And also pulls off all the clone trooper voices just so well, you just have to check him out. Chris Steffens. Not really in the stop motion community, but I know he's planning on getting there. Excellent at voice acting, and I've never seen such a huge Star Wars vehicle collection in my life. It is just amazing. I would really like to see a Star Wars battle with all of these vehicles in action, because he just has so many. He has a whole lot of different video ideas in store for us, and I'm really excited to see them. Coulter Rail. You want to know where I got inspiration to do the Spider-Man film? It was this guy. He's an excellent writer, producer, director, and an amazing voice actor. He's an expert at stop motion and animation, as you probably would have seen in his Batman series. It's his random Marvel series that I really enjoy to watch, with tons of plot twists and excellent story writing. It actually makes me feel like I'm seeing something out of a comic book. I really can't wait to see what he has next in store for us in this series, and I strongly recommend that you check it out as well, because it's epic. If I missed anyone's names, I do apologize. I wasn't able to get everyone's names in that I've encountered with, just because this video would probably take forever. But anyways, I do thank you all for your help. Okay, so now on to the update on my new videos. And these are all pretty much videos that I'm currently working on. As some of you may know from Facebook and other whereabouts, me and Matt Matthew will be collaborating on making a special stop-motion film called Star Wars: The Shadowed Universe. You're going to want to check this out when it's released because it is going to be epic when we complete the video. And I'm sure by now you've all seen the very first episode of Fight Till the Finish. I'm going to be working on the next few parts to complete the final series of Captain Rex after the Clone Wars. I've now completed the whole storyline, and I gotta tell you, it's gonna be pretty epic as soon as you see all the episodes when they're completed. I know a few of you have been asking me if I'm ever gonna make a sequel to the Spider-Man movie, and the answer to that is yes, I am. I am actually currently working on the script for the next Spider-Man movie. I've also got a few other people to help voice act for some of the characters in this next film, and man, I'm just really excited to get started on this thing. It's gonna be incredible. So, thanks for watching, and again, thank you all for the 1,000 subs on my channel. Be sure to get other people to subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos, and I'll talk to you guys later. And may the Force be with you.